Shini. Hello. Welcome back to African Rosa ASMR. So, I wanted to pull an African Rosa ASMR look for today's video, but at the same time, it's not really an educational video. That kind of an educational video, but it's still an educational video, if you know what I mean. So I recently received a plant as a gift in July, and I knew that that plant has no chance at all, like based on its name and its requirements. I knew that it has no chance in this kind of apartment that I have. My apartment is south facing, which means it's facing away from the sun, and you don't get any sunlight at all. But if you watch my videos, you're probably like, girl, wait a minute, wait a minute. What do you mean you don't receive any sun? We see you when you're filming a video, and then there's like sunshine coming and then going down, up and down, and you always say that, oh, the sun is out. So what do you mean? Well, it's because when I film where you would see me filming those videos, I put the camera close to the window so that I could get natural sunlight, so the lens is hitting at the right angle or whatnot for the sun to look better than it is looking. So, but overall, the house is just, there's no sunlight, no, at least no direct sunlight that you can feel. It's just like hiding somewhere, but bright because it's daytime, you know what I mean? So my friend was like, you need to get a plant for your apartment. You need to get a plant for your apartment. And I was like, as much as I love plants, I don't think the environment where I live is suitable enough for a plant, because even with me, I can feel that it's south facing. So for me to get sunlight, I just go to the park and I just sit there and soak and bake in the sun. And I'm like, I've soaked enough sun now. So that's basically it. So now in July, there is a day called Mandela Day, which is the 18th of July, to celebrate Mandela's birthday, where you spend about 60 minutes doing something for others. It could be more than a minute, or it could be an entire day, just like giving back to the community and doing good for others. So for Mandela Day, we went to go clean the beach. I even made a video about it. It's a YouTube short video, like 1 minute long, just to show you as we're cleaning the beach. And after cleaning the beach, when we're coming back from cleaning the beach, we have received like gifts, like here's your gifts. We were all given a plant. The plant which we were given is a spec boom. Spec booms love sunlight. And immediately when I got it, I was like, oh, a plant. I love plants. And I was like, oh, it does not have a chance of making it in my apartment. Why? Because it loves sunlight, and I don't have sunlight in my apartment. But I'm gonna try everything in my power to put it next to the balcony so that it can receive some kind of sunlight. And I did exactly that. And I put it there every time I go to work. I just put it next to the window, and then I come back and I put it back where I put it. Things did not go well. It's not doing well. What is the problem? Not getting enough sunlight. Let me show you what it looks like now. It's is this? I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. So disappointed. I really wanted to keep it. It looks horrible. The leaves are dying. Seriously. Because it doesn't get any sunlight, and I'm devastated. I'm devastated because I was rooting for it, or at least I told myself maybe I should get a plant that can survive the dark, or that prevents the dark, because this isn't working. So, me being a plant mom, I was like, why is it not surviving? What can I do to make it survive? And then I was like reading a lot of articles and all that written about spec boom, and I came across this one. I mean, it's not gonna help revive my plant or anything like that, but I find it fascinating. It was like an interesting read for me about spec boom, what it does, its benefits, blah blah blah, all that. I was like, oh, this is super interesting, and for this video I want to share that information with you. Yes, you. Yes, you. So yeah, let teacher get into business. So I'm gonna read this spec boom article for you. My phone doesn't recognize me like this. It's not picking up my face. I have to enter my password now. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, now it's unlocked. It's like, who is this? We don't know this. What's this? Yeah. So, the title of the article that I found fascinating is "Spec Boom, Truly a Tree of Life." Truly a tree of life. Spec boom. Yeah. It says, driving through Eastern Cape, you'll notice a bush-like plant with a thick stem and small, flashy green leaves. They're no longer green to me, they are dying. That clamp together in trees like a succulent version of clover. It seems rather unassuming of a plant with a growing reputation for saving the planet. That's what got my attention basically. Spec boom is native to Eastern Cape. It grows particularly in Addo Elephant Park area outside Port Elizabeth, but it once covered hundreds of thousands of hectares in that area. I guess around Addo, but now it's mostly only in Addo Elephant Park area, but maybe in Addo it's covered every place. So now the humble tree is being replanted hectares at a time because of its ability to capture carbon, restore natural ecosystems, and alleviate poverty. From government restoration programs to schoolyard educational projects, spec boom has become a symbol for carbon emission reduction and climate change awareness. It even has its own Facebook page. Found that interesting. Not the Facebook page or one part, that the carbon emissions reduction part, that it could be potentially used as one of, mitigation or remedies for minimizing the impact of climate change. So I find that fascinating. Okay, where was I? Dr. Research Restoration Group has been investigating how the plant manages to restore more than 4 tons of carbon per hectare, creating what is known as a carbon sink in large plantations. In other words, 10 hectares of spec boom is equivalent to taking 26 cars off the road a year. I mean, how amazing is that? Just mind-blowing. I love it. This ability to mop up carbon from the atmosphere, that's what it does really, mopping up carbon from the atmosphere and reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, could allow South African farmers to tap into controversial carbon trading markets with tens of billions of dollars. Yeah, you can definitely enter into the carbon market with this like plot and get your carbon credits like this. And then R3G scientists are excited about the implications for South Africa to generate carbon credits. The carbon market allows businesses to trade and sell carbon allowances to attain compliance with their emissions reductions targets under the Kyoto Protocol. The Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency announced that its income had surged by 300% within 9 months of having started the implementation of a spec boom rehabilitation strategy in the province's reserves. Wow. Whilst carbon trading is, criticized as green cover for corporations to continue polluting while creating a appearance of progress, I could see that. I could see why someone would assume that. Acting ahead of authority at the Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency said, we can use other parks and infrastructure to deliver ecological services. Payment of these services can lead to a huge economic injection in the province. In South Africa, this has not been done before on this scale. These projects are especially building a business model for thicket rehabilitation and carbon farming as an alternative land use in Eastern Cape. Okay, that's interesting. Love to see it for the Eastern Cape. Spec boom has other beneficial qualities. It improves soil quality, reduces erosion, and stimulates the return of biodiversity in the area because of its soil binding and shading nature. That's cool because you want to improve your soil health so that you can continue to feed the ever-growing population, and by 2050 I'm just interested to see what's going to happen, because the population is going to be like close to 10 billion. Okay, that's interesting. But anyway, the replanting of spec boom is labor intensive, of course, like any other trees or plants, and can create tons of thousands of jobs and new source of income in rural communities. So it is a good thing for people in poor communities, because you would see that that's where a lot of crime is, and people are committing these crimes mainly due to unemployment as being the primary reason. So this can create job opportunities for people so that they could be able to feed their families, which is a wonderful thing as well, saving the planet and the people, or improving their quality of life in some way, because something's better than nothing, really. Spec boom bloom's unique ability is that it is able to switch its photosynthetic mechanism from that of a rainforest plant in wet conditions to that of a desert cactus in semi-arid conditions, making it highly efficient for its environment. Is that so? I wonder what happened to mine, because yet it can even survive a desert. Like, apartment is way better than a desert in terms of water deficiency. I'm watering it, aren't I? I don't know. And then at 2.5 meters high, it can survive on 250 to 350 millimeters of rain per year. That's not much. Does not need a lot of maintenance at all. Let me check the time. Okay, so that is basically it. This is the article about the spec boom that I saw and was like, wow, the spec boom is truly a powerful plant and it can really save a lot of lives. And finding about the spec boom takes me back to this at we would go to scientific conferences where everybody's like presenting on their work that they're doing, what it's doing to save the planet, blah 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 blah, all that. And there was one presentation that I found quite interesting, and it was of someone who I don't remember it. I remember it vividly. Someone said that they grew up being raised by their grandparents, and their grandparents was sick or something like that. But then, and the grandparent couldn't go into the garden, to take care of the plants or the crops. And that person went into the garden and noticed that there was a tree that was dying in the garden. And after some time, the tree was restored back to health. After that, they were like, why is this tree being restored back to health? They noticed that it is because of snails. There were snails that actually were present on that tree, and they released a substance that's called pus, a slimy like substance. And then that slimy like substance then restored the plant back to health. And then they tried to find out what the substance is, and then after doing further investigations, they find out that the same substance is produced by leguminous plants, those plants that can fix nitrogen on their own. So if you are planting them, you don't need to apply nitrogen fertilizers unless you want to make the soil lazy and your plant lazy as well. So they realized that legumes have they produce the same like slime substances, and they were able to extract that slimy substances from legumes, and then they took it and applied it to, or mixed it with something called, they mixed it, and then they take the same substance and then they mixed it with fertilizer and then applied it into the crops, and then they saw that the plants were growing bigger in terms of biomass, both on the shoots and the roots. And also the substance makes the soil have a neutralizing ability, or an ability to detect what the plant wants. Most plants producing that substance, the magic substance, which helps improve dying plants. Maybe I should get a snail for my plant. I'm joking. But really, I don't like the fact that my plant isn't surviving. I'm like, what do I do? But I know for a fact that it needs sunlight and I can't put it anywhere. And I'm like, should I just watch it as it goes by? Like, what do I do? It's really something. So yeah. Anyway, it's just a random chit-chatty video about spec boom and what I found out about it that I found fascinating, and I want to share it with you because I want to do a whisper ramble video. I hope you enjoy the whisper ramble video. Okay. Should I go? It seems a bit short. What else can I talk about? Can I talk about my top? Every time I'm wearing this top, I'm always gonna talk about it, okay? Every time I'm wearing it, I'm just gonna talk about it. I just love it. It's like so flowy. It's so flowy. And check out the back. In the front. I love it. I love it a lot. Beautiful colors that you can find in our South African flag. And then a zebra print at the side. Because, you know, one of the animals you can find in Africa, South Africa as well. Yeah. What do I do? What would you like me to do? Okay. What would you like me to do? Oh my goodness. My eye. This fringe week is just like getting into my eye. But I hope you enjoy the spec boom video and you're gonna sleep well. Sleep well. And tell me, what do I do with it? What should I do with my spec boom plant? What do you think of my t-shirt? It's a great t-shirt, right? It's a cool t-shirt, and you know, today's Friday, and I'm teaching ASMR. I just want to do something fun for Friday. I don't want to be like all too much and educational like that because it's Friday after all, isn't it? So yeah, anyway, class, I think it's time for your next period. And I should call it a day. Once again, my phone is not detecting my face. I just want to see what to do here. Are you going to sleep? Are you going to fall asleep anytime soon? Let's see if you're gonna fall asleep anytime soon. I'm just saying if I can talk about spec boom again, or if I can find something to talk about, something interesting to talk about. I don't know. What would you like to talk about? Okay, interesting facts about plants. Let's just Google interesting facts about which says South Africa. The option that it's giving me, it's about South Africa, and then about bees, about Nelson Mandela, about butterflies, about lions, about elephants, about Christianity, about cats. So I guess those are the most things. And then it also says about Buckingham Palace. So these are the things then 84% of an apple is water. 84% of an apple is water, and then 96% for cucumbers, and then an earthworm is 80% of water. I mean, everyone's like so squishy, which makes sense. What about the watermelon? What about the watermelon? Okay, the word fruit is a botanical term, whilst vegetables is a culinary term. Okay, peanuts are not nuts, but are related to beans and lentils. I knew that one. And then bamboo is the fastest growing woody plant in the world. I knew that one as well. Then it says it can grow 35 inches in a single day. Okay, I can see that. The first potatoes were cultivated in Peru about 7,000 years ago. 7,000 years ago. Is there a sustainable way of cultivating potatoes? I mean, maybe intercropping or crop rotation. Do you have to till a soil that has potatoes in it? But at the end of the day, you have to dig somehow when you're harvesting them. Anyway, back here. An average strawberry has 2,000 seeds. It's the only fruit that bears its seeds on the outside. Now that I think about it, that's interesting. Its seeds are on the inside. And I'm thinking about all the others. I never really bothered to think about that one. But cool, that's cool. And after that we have the tears during cutting an onion are caused by sulfuric acid present in them. I mean, duh. And then a sunflower looks like one large flower, but each head is composed of hundreds of tiny flowers called florets, which ripen to become the seeds. Yes, if you look closely at a sunflower, I'm a curious being, so I've looked closely and I've seen that. I was like, cool. Oak trees are struck by lightning more than any other tree. That's interesting. I wonder why that might be interesting. Or maybe they grow in regions that they mostly are abundant, in regions where lightning strikes the most. I mean, that could be as well, but that's interesting. I would like to know why. Maybe I'll look why later. But anyway, there are over 200,000 identified species, and the list is growing all the time. Okay, 90% of the food humans eat come from just 30 plants. Interesting. An average size tree can provide enough wood to make 170,100 pencils. Interesting. I'm just imagining that number of pencils and it forming a tree. Feels like there are a few. I would expect maybe like That's very, very cool, very cool, very cool. Let's read one last one and then call it a day. This one says, where is it? A notch in a tree will stay the same distance from the ground as the tree grows. That's cool. I want to read something that's mind-blowing. I don't see anything that's mind-blowing. I want something mind-blowing. What's mind-blowing? This one, smile. Oh, this is mind-blowing. At least to me it is. I didn't know it, but it makes sense somehow because of the stickiness. Anyway, very mind-blowing to me. It might not be to you, but I never would have thought in a way. The juice from bluebell flowers was used historically to make glue. I do not know bluebell flowers and what they are, but growing up, there's a tree. I forgot what that tree is called. My parents have them. At our house. That tree, it bears beautiful, beautiful pink and white flowers. But when you break a branch or you break one of those trees to get it, it produces a milky substance. When you do like this, it tends to become sticky. And I was like, this is interesting. If you could mix it with enough ingredients, you could make a sticky substance like a glue with this, or a glue stick or something like that. I remember thinking that. So let me just Google what a bluebell. Oh my god, my phone does not recognize my face. A bluebell flower, what it looks like. Maybe I might be surprised at bluebell flower. Oh, I see. It's not the same as the one I'm talking about, but I've seen this. Have I seen it? But this flower looks familiar. It looks familiar. Yeah. I wonder. Okay, let's say. Maybe I should ask Siri. Hey Siri. What is the name of the plant that produces pink and white flowers, and its branches produce a milky, sticky substance? What's that plant called? Hey Siri. What do you call the plant that has pink and white flowers and it produces a milky, sticky substance when you cut off its branches? What's it called?
I don't have an answer for that.
Siri does not have an answer for that. I will try to look it up. Now, maybe ask my mom if she knows what it's called, but I find that fascinating that it could be used to. Let me just Google plants used for making glue. Plants, flowers used for making glue. Maybe it will pop up as well. I just saw blueberry flowers. But yeah, there's another tree as well, but just white flowers. They have a hint of pink. Okay, list of trees with pink and white flowers in South Africa. Oh no, it's not showing me the ones I want. Yes, this kind of looks like it in a way. Maybe if I look for that one and I will get the name. It's a very famous plant or tree though. Why am I not seeing it anymore? Why am I not seeing it anymore? My goodness. Maybe I should click. I shouldn't click on images. I should click directly on that image. Thought I was gonna see it on the images as well. Let's just go back and click on this one. It's not this one though, but it has the same build. Blooming. It says here blooming desert trees. You don't even need to water that plant. It's not quite it. I think that this is it. Let's try looking this up. What's it called? Yes, this is it. This is it. I'm only just seeing images now. It says similar images. This is it. This is it. Why isn't it not opening? It's called Nature. Let me just screen grab it. Frangipani. Frangipani. Is it Frangipani? Let's just say Frangipani tree and see it. Frangipani. Yes, exactly. This is it. It's a Frangipani. It's a Frangipani. We have a Frangipani tree. We have a Frangipani tree. It's called plumeria, also known as Frangipani. Frangipani. Let's see what it says. Plumeria or plumeria, also known as Frangipani, is a genus of a flowering plant in the subfamily, and all these bombastic words, are endemic to the neotropical realm in Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean, and as far as south as Brazil, and as far north as Florida in the United States, but are sometimes grown as cosmopolitan ornaments in warm regions. We grow exactly this Frangipani in my house. It's actually cool. Let's see in culture, what does it mean? Oh yeah, I've seen people wearing those things. I also have that neck piece of mine that kind of looks like it. I've seen people wearing it. We have that Frangipani tree at my place. Yeah, I find the Frangipani very sticky. Frangipani sticky leaves. Frangipani. Why are the plumeria leaves sticky? Because of a honeydew substance from sucking the leaves. This can lead to a formation of slaty mold on the leaves. Okay. Frangipani. I hope this is the same tree, but it looks like it is. It looks like it is. But anyway, enough about it. I found that white thing that comes from them sticky, from the Franginapi, tree. And how did we get to Franginapi? We started with spec boom and how my plant isn't surviving under these conditions, and then we ended up in Franginapi. This happens when you plan videos and you don't plan what you're going to be talking about in those videos. You end up taking the south turn and doing something you had never planned on doing. But hope you enjoyed this random video. Yeah, after all, it's a whisper ramble, so I think we had captured that by just rambling whatever ramble things we were rambling about, and hopefully it helps you to fall asleep and have a good night's sleep. I, on the other hand, will catch you on the flip side. Have a great day or night, wherever you are in the world, and thank you for watching. If you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're an old savvy, honey, we're family. Thank you for sticking by me. Yeah, I'm gonna stick right beside me. Thank you for sticking right beside me. I really appreciate that. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, join the channel to become an exclusive member. And super thanks if you're like, girl, I like your content, but I don't like commitment, so I'm not gonna click the join button. But you know what, let's just say super thanks, because I like your content and I really appreciate it. So yeah, that is going to be it from me, your teacher, who did not teach very much today because, you know, just a chill day. Teachers don't always need to be teaching all the time. Sometimes you just need to be chilled and just like vibe. And my t-shirt just says vibe today. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, let me just calm you to sleep. Let's just calm you to sleep. Okay, when you fall asleep, let's just calm you to sleep. Please go to sleep. We are done with today's video. You can now go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I will catch you on the next one.